No, I think we're just going to be out of focus. Okay. Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Last time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, we had Judgement, Part 1, where the crew went out to an island so that Joseph could deliver the bad news to Avdol's father. And then, suddenly and randomly, Polnareff found a genie's lamp, which had a genie. He asked for riches and got riches, and then he asked for his sister and Avdol to be revived. His sister was revived but needed to consume flesh and was trying to eat Polnareff, and then it was revealed that the genie was a stand, specifically the Judgement, and he was about to bring Avdol back, and this is going to be really, really bad. Basically, a different plot line sort of just popped up right the hell out of nowhere. Yeah, so we'll have to deal with that. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. This is also where I say that if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, what you gotta do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment, click on the link, that will take you over to the reaction. You can watch it just like a normal reaction, and when you're done with that, you can pop right back over here to this YouTube video for the discussion. So with that being said, let's get right into this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Here we go. Okay. Let's talk about this. Avdol's still alive. Great. And he's like actually alive. Not those dirt things. I'm conflicted. Because on the one hand, what fucking assholes to not tell Polnareff. On the other hand, they do bring up valid points that if they told Polnareff, he wouldn't be able to keep his mouth shut, and then Dio would learn that Avdol was still alive and try to kill him while he was recovering. So, okay, I can actually get behind that. That does make sense. I will grant that makes sense. But still, kind of a dick move, honestly. Kind of a dick move. Now, okay. Okay, hang on. Hang on.
Say what? Then you were in on it from the very start? Everything that happened was a ruse you created?
Don't talk to me! No one ever comes to visit when they have good news to report. Just shut up!
Don't go there. Avdol's death wasn't your fault.
You didn't have to go that far. How dare you leave me out of the loop? I think that's the coolest thing you've ever done to me.
Now, chin up. There's no reason for you to cry.
I'm sorry, Polnareff. I truly didn't think you'd be this hurt.
I apologize as well, but I had a very good reason for coming to this island in disguise.
Yeah, what is it?
It was partially so the enemy wouldn't find out. But I also had Avdol do some shopping for me while he was
I can get behind it up until the disguise. The disguise is where it falls apart. That's the thing, is that while it's like, good lord, they actually, for 2 weeks, Polnareff blamed himself for Avdol's death that didn't happen. And that, like that, okay, I can kind of get behind that strategically, because because they don't want Dio to know that Avdol was still alive. And even coming to the island in disguise, I can sort of understand. But tricking him into thinking that that was Avdol's father. But then again, I guess they were thinking that, well, if there is a stand user on the island, which there was a stand user on the island, that if they saw, then they could go report to Dio. So instead, they kind of needed to wait until after they had defeated whatever stand user was on the island. Wow, okay. That's conflicting, I have to say, because on the one hand, that's so cruel, you know? That's so cruel to think that they had to purposefully let Polnareff believe that Avdol was dead. But on the other hand, it is pretty valid. It is pretty valid why they kept the secret, you know? And mainly because of Dio. Because they couldn't risk Dio knowing that Avdol was still alive. Not yet, you know? And technically right now, he still doesn't. Because Cameo's not going to, I don't think, is going to get back. But I don't know. So we're back. We're back to the 5 Stardust Crusaders. Wow, this one's kind of weird, you know? And I don't want to go on a rant or anything, because I feel like we do that plenty in Stardust Crusaders. And it's one of those things where it's like, I almost want to go on a rant just because of how dickish that is, you know? Like, how cruel that is. But on the other hand, I do understand it, you know? I do understand it, unfortunately. So, yeah, I don't know. And it's a good twist. It's a good twist, because I always thought, it looked strange when they showed Avdol dead. Because I was like, okay, you can see, blood on his forehead. But I was like, okay, I don't see a bullet hole. And what I thought that was the animators not drawing a bullet hole. I thought it was some sort of, maybe a weird censoring thing. Like, oh, we can't just show a hole in this guy's head. Though we have shown worse before. Even down to Dio being eviscerated by Jonathan Joestar. But still, it's like, you know... we've shown Dio being sliced down the middle. So, I don't know. But that's just kind of what I thought it was. And they were like, oh, he is dead. And they buried him and stuff. And it's like, oh. Well, I guess he really is dead, you know? I gotta stop... Because the other thing is, you know, anytime a character dies in any show I react to, I kind of don't believe it for a while. You know? And most of my trust issues come from Doctor Who, you know? Where it's like, they're dead! Not really. They're kind of dead, but not really. You know? Or, now, granted, in something like Breaking Bad, you know, Breaking Bad or Attack on Titan, I'm like, no, they're fucking dead, because that's what this show does. They're fucking dead. Unless your name is Eren Yeager, you know, you're not gonna get a fake out death, you know? So, but that's the thing, is that in this show, I was like, oh, maybe, and especially too because it's like, because we already had a fake out death in this show of Dio. We thought Dio was dead. He died with Jonathan. And then it's like, oh no, Dio is back. Somehow. Although they do explain how. It's not like Palpatine, but still. Spoilers. But still, it's like, you know. So I don't know. I was always conflicted about that. And yeah, now. No, he's alive. Avdol's alive. Hooray. So, yeah, Avdol. Well, first we had fake Avdol, along with fake Sherry. Why was she naked? Okay, so that wasn't actually them. These were creations from the dirt, which means none of that gold was real either. But these were just creations from the dirt. So they were made by Judgement, by Cameo. But why was Sherry naked? Like, why? Like, Avdol wasn't naked. And look, I'm not saying, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, well, I wanted to see Avdol naked. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just unsure about the consistency, you know? Because at first I was, thinking it was still actually them. I was like, oh, well, I don't know. I don't get it, but what are the rules? But then it's like, oh no, they're actually just created from dirt by Judgement. So why was Sherry naked? Was it just that the animators wanted a naked girl on screen? Because they do that. That's happened before on JoJo. I mean, hell, earlier in Stardust Crusaders when we had Anne, which was awkward, and then last part in Battle Tendency when we had Lisa, which was great. Because she was definitely of age, We're not sure if Sherry was of age. I get the feeling she wasn't. So, although she could have been. She could have been 18. We don't know how old Polnareff was. It probably wasn't too long. I don't know. That's a whole other debate. So, maybe we should give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they drew an of-age naked girl. Not like with Anne, who was clearly underage, and they drew her just all fucking naked and stuff, and then the fucking monkey got a hard on. The fuck is this show? I don't know. Oh. By the way, this is completely off topic of everything. I just recently figured out that Kakyoin is played by Kyle Hebert, the voice of adult Gohan in Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, and I guess technically Dragon Ball GT. And he's also the voice of Fat Gum on MHA. Does he have a voice on... I don't think he has a voice on Attack on Titan, but he's also in One Punch Man, I know. And he's great. I love Kyle Hebert. But I figured out that he voices Kakyoin, and I thought, wow, I can't believe it took me 21 episodes to figure, around 21 episodes to figure out that it's Kyle Hebert doing his Kyle Hebert voice, That's like listening to Steve Bloom for 21 episodes and then being like, oh shit, that's Steve Bloom, It's exactly the same like that. Or, actually, if we could keep in universe, that would be like going 21 episodes or so and being like, oh shit, Jotaro's voiced by Matt Mercer. It's like, of course he's voiced by Matt Mercer. It's Matt Mercer doing his Matt Mercer voice. It's the same fucking voice he uses for Hit in Dragon Ball and for Captain Levi in Attack on Titan. Of course that's Matt Mercer. So, that was off topic of everything. I just wanted to say that. So I guess the reason they were eating Polnareff was just because they were just evil. Yeah. Sort of all the rules and speculation we had on the resurrected are just sort of out the window now that we know that's just fucking dirt. Oh, it's okay though. Avdol's alive. Oh, it was nice seeing that fucking chicken again. That buff fucking chicken satyr. I don't even fucking know. Just like it's the head of a chicken. It's the head of a chicken. The torso of a JoJo character, and the body of a goat. You know? Fucking Magician's Red is so weird, but it's good to see him again, and it's good to see him kick some ass, you know? We don't really have that often, you know? Well, okay, I mean, kind of the last time he kicked someone's ass was when he kicked Polnareff's ass, basically. And that was a long time ago, you know? Been a while since then. Been a while. And, well, he didn't get his ass kicked by Jotaro, but, you know, it was a pretty even fight, but he didn't win against Jotaro, technically. Ish. Kinda. But yeah, good seeing that fucking chicken again. I loved it. Magician's Red. Good to hear his voice again. I like that. Dirt. They just fucking made it dirt. So they were pretty easy to get rid of. Which means, yeah, that all that gold just doesn't work. Like, these are some shitty wishes. It's not really, it's like, oh, I can grant your wishes. Like, no, you can make illusions out of dirt. That's what you can do. So. We had an actual fight. You know, that's what I was saying last episode was, you know, like, okay, this guy Judgement can make things out of dirt, but can he actually fight? Like, you know, would you want this stand, basically? And he can fight, and he was actually pretty fast for even Polnareff, that's his whole thing is speed, you know? And he was pretty tough, even against Magician's Red as well, so okay, I'll take back a little bit of what I said last episode. Judgement, it wouldn't be horrible. He is a humanoid stand, which is good. You know, a lot of the villains don't really have humanoid stands, so that's good. And the whole wishing thing, I just imagine it is just sort of a... I don't even know. You might even be able to say, like, he doesn't actually grant wishes, you know? He may just make shit from the earth, you know? He just says he can grant 3 wishes, but he can make up the rules. He can be like, yes, I will grant your 3 wishes. Like, no, I don't want you to do this. Well, too bad, you already said, so no backsies, you know? It might not even be that he actually grants wishes. He just can make shit from dirt, and he's also super fast and strong. So, if that's the case, then that's actually a decent stand. Like, I'll take back some of what I said last episode if that is the case. It's like, no, he can make shit from the dirt. He can, like, make anything from the dirt, you know? And he's pretty fast and he's pretty strong. That's not too bad, honestly, you know? It's like having Yaoyorozu's creation quirk, but instead of body fat, you're using dirt, basically. Although hers becomes solid creations, his were still just dirt. So, yeah. But we had an actual fight, and I like that. We had the tube, which that was kind of funny. It's like, oh, he's like buried himself with a tube, and it's like, well, if someone finds your tube, you're fucked. And then we had the male bonding. Okay. Male bonding, which is taking a piss together. Look, I'm a pretty open-minded guy. At least I think I am. I feel like I'm a pretty open-minded guy. If I have to take a piss and some other guy has to take a piss, we are going to be taking a piss 20 feet apart, facing opposite directions. I do not want to stand shoulder to shoulder with some guy taking a piss. I don't like taking a piss next to someone at a urinal where there is a specific divider. I don't like that. Like, you get like 2 urinals away from me, please, if you can, if there are, you know, or wait, you know, like shit. I remember, you know, I've seen times where it's like there's 2 guys and there's 1 empty urinal. I'll fucking wait. I don't need to be next to people while I'm trying to take a piss. So that was weird. You guys can let me know if you do that if any of you guys out there do this sort of male bonding. I don't want to. I never will. Ugh. I don't want to take a piss next to some other guy. So, no. And then, yeah, we just had the whole thing of Polnareff being a big mouth, which, again, I feel like, man, what a shitty thing to do, but they make total sense. They do make total sense. Like, yeah, he would blab and then Dio would know. Because of the reason of we can't let Dio know about Avdol, particularly while he was recovering. That I can accept, actually. As shitty as it is to do, I do see the logic to that. So I'm alright with that. And now we have a submarine. So hopefully, so long as there's nobody on the submarine, no stand user on the submarine, we should honestly be making it to Egypt. Like, pretty soon. And we still have, like, what, half Stardust Crusaders to go? Like, we've got a while, you know? So, we're getting close, I think. I do feel like we're getting close to Egypt, so, yeah. That's pretty much it. A good episode, a little weird, which, I know, it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but still, it's just kind of weird, but it was good, honestly. Yeah. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon, and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.